Hello, welcome to the video. Today you're going to take a look at Litwick in the Element Cup. This Pokemon is actually pretty cheap because you will never really use a secondary charge move on that anyway. I think the best second charge move is Flame Burst, which is a horrible move, so I would never recommend you to double move this Pokemon anyway. All you need is Flame Charge on it and Ember. Why is Litwick interesting for this cup? The Pokemon itself is having a typing that is very nice for this cup. You're going to be able to resist the normal type moves twice, which is nice because, like Vulpix here, there are a lot of users for this in this cup, and also you're going to be able to resist, of course, the grass typing from a lot of Pokemon as well as Vulpix other charge moves. So there are a lot of grass types available right now, there are a lot of Vulpix around, and all of those basically your Litwick going to be able to deal with. Here my opponent decided to forfeit as well, as we're going to take a look at the next opponent having an audition lead, something where the Litwick is good against. We see a Slugma coming in and we can go for one Body Slam here. Our Wooper in the back is pretty important for the core, to be fair, because this one will be able to deal with most of the water types, to be fair, and also with the opponent's Slugma, which is one of the most common Pokemon for good reason, but like it's basically the hardest answer for Slugma, which is the main reason why I have this. As my Sasop here for this team going to be Seal, by the way. Seal has Ice Shard here, where I am thinking that I shouldn't have ran for this one, because I think that the lick damage might have been a little bit better. My main idea was, okay, I have a fire type in the lead, I have a Pokemon that's double weak to grass in the back, so if I use a Seal as a Sasop, I might be able to bait them out, but never really happened, to be fair, as we see a Snower against us. We will be able to go into our Wooper for the Tepic here. We will be able to go ahead and let this move go through, going to be a Body Slam, and we can go for one Mud Bomb, which we're going to undercharge now, as this will not knock out the opponent. We get some extra energy here, and we can go for two Body Slams, I think, against the opponent's Snower, which definitely doesn't want to face my fire types here. Snower is actually an interesting Pokemon. This has access to Ice Shard here instead of like Powder Snow, what you know from the evolution of it, but this will take some heavy damage by my Wooper, and I can just snipe him down here with my Litwick. With my Litwick, I will be able to get one shield from the opponent's Slugma, and I will be able to get this Pokemon very low as well, as I still have two water types in the back, and they cannot really do anything about this. I can just shield up the move. Going to be the Flame Charge, of course, if they want to get most damage from their fast move, but it doesn't really help them too much either here. Next opponent, Horrible Lead. We see a Wooper against us. Wooper is something that you don't want to face at all. I can go into my Seal here. Sadly, that the ice moves are not buffed as well here. You're gonna go for the Awkward Tail, gonna do some nice damage though, which is good. And I will be able to go for one more Awkward Tail, which should get the shield from the opponent, which is very cool here as well, as we get a shield advantage now. I'm going to let the next move go through because they're going to outspeed me anyway. And this Mud Bomb nearly knocks me out, but a one more Mud Shot will knock me out. What I will be able to do now is I can farm them all the way down here with my own Wooper. I'm going to shield up one Body Slam, they're gonna get to another one, but I didn't want to risk the CMP tie as I have a very decent Wooper here. I will be able to just go ahead and farm them all the way, and I will be able to go ahead and go for my Mud Bomb against the opponent's Vulpix here, which is amazing. I will get a ton of damage on them, and I can go into my own Litwick, sadly getting out the opponent's Slugma here, which will be a little bit of a trickier one because they have now the energy advantage. I have to let this move go through, going to be the Rock Slide. But yeah, my opponent still has the Vulpix in the back, which had a charge move loaded already. And sadly, I will go down here. Would have been maybe better if I stayed in there, I'm not sure, but it was a little bit risky, because I think it still would have come down to my health there. I think it didn't really help me at all. Against Jupiter, you're going to be able to double resist the fast move, so they're always going to do 1 damage against you every turn instead of like 2 or 3 whatever other people have there. It's still not the best matchup, of course, because the water moves are not resisted, but you will be able to do some nice damage with their fast moves, and I actually had some pretty decent matchups against the Jupiter with this Pokemon as well. As we see as we see here that we can go for some Body Slams, they will not be able to do too much damage here, especially with Bubble Beam. It will not hurt me too much. I can go for 2 Body Slams here, getting my Wooper a little bit lower so the opponent gets less farm, and I will be able to go for another charge move here, which will do some damage against the incoming Rowlet, which should be fine for us. Rowlet will be able to take this move pretty easily, but we see the Slowpoke coming in, which will be a tricky one to deal with this team here. To be fair, Slowpoke is kind of hardware for the lead and also for my Sasop here, as I don't run Lick, which I should run, to be fair. Lick is something that I definitely should have run, but I didn't. But I will be able to go at least for another Awkward Tail here, which should hopefully get the shield. But it doesn't, and I can go for another one at least, which gonna get the shield now. But if they just farm me down here, this game is over. And for whatever reason they throw, I have no idea why they threw the move here. Does it really matter though? We have to see, can we farm them all the way down? We can farm them all the way down. We will be able to go for another charge move here, and this will knock out the Rowlet. For whatever reason my opponent threw the move there, I have no idea. But we will be able to win this game here. And yeah, that's going to be a good game. Next opponent, Vulpix. It's a decent lead for me, but also have, of course, 2 answers in the back for it as well. So Vulpix doesn't really have any play at all. But you see, Quick Attack double resisted, Body Slam double resisted. They're going to go into the Dewpider now, which we will be able to deal with this Pokemon pretty easily. We can go for one Flame Charge. We're going to get the shield from them, and we will be able to do more damage with our Ember now. Their move is double resisted. Their charge move, of course, isn't, but we will be able to go for another Flame Charge now. This Flame Charge should get them pretty low, or like get the final shield. We're gonna get the final shield from them, and I try to catch the move, and I catch the move on my Seal, which is amazing, because against the opponent's Vulpix, I don't really think I really need my Seal anymore. I will be able to go for one Awkward Tail here, and I can farm them down afterwards, hopefully at least. I'm not sure. Let's see if they're gonna go for the Mirror Coat. They're gonna go for the Mirror Coat. It's gonna do a ton of damage. We try to farm them all the way down. Doesn't seem to work out, so I have to go for another charge move here. But doesn't really matter what they want to go into, because I still have my Wooper in the back. I have a shield advantage. I can go into my Wooper immediately. If they have a grass type, I have my fire type. If they have anything else, we still should be pretty fine here. At least I think so. It's going to be a grass type. I will be able to go for one charge move, go into my Fire Boy, farm them all the way down, and this should be a good game, hopefully. But they're actually going to go for another move here. Can we actually still win this, or is this going to be a closer one than we want to? But we will be actually able to farm them all the way down. We can go for one charge move here. This charge move should knock out the opponent's Vulpix. And we will see the next game here. Next opponent, Dewpider against us. Dewpider is a Pokemon that I really like to see actually in the lead here. I would have actually been able to take one move here, but I'm still going to shield them up for whatever reason, to be fair. We're going to see a Seal coming in, and there is like the issue with this team. Seal is kind of a problem because my own Seal doesn't have Lick, and I think Lick is still better now on Seal than the Ice Shot, but yeah, mistakes been made. Maybe there's a better Say-Swap compared to Seal anyway. I'm not sure, to be fair, but we will be able to still go for some Body Slams here. We'll be able to get them very low as we have a shield disadvantage. I'm not going to shield again. I will be able to take this Awkward Tail still and get to another move, I thought at least, but I don't. So now we have to farm all the way down with my own Seal. Going to go for some Ice Shot damage here. I'm going to go for the Icy Wind, trying to debuff my my moves now, but it's going to be fine. I can go into my I can go into my Litwick here, but sadly they're gonna swap immediately into the Slugma, and I will have no chance whatsoever anymore in this game, so I'm going to forfeit. This was just a hard war. Next opponent, speaking of hard war, we're going to have a very nice lead and a very nice haze swap for me as well. I'm gonna go straight for the Body Slam for whatever reason. I didn't really have to do this, to be fair, but it's okay, as we can knock out the Slugma immediately here. They're gonna go back into their Grass Boy, of course, and I can go for one Body Slam, gonna get them lower, and I will be able to go into my Litwick. I will be able to completely hardball them. I'm going to trap them completely in here. They can go for one charge move here. This might knock me out, actually, so I'm going to shield this move up. It's going to be the Body Slam, won't have knocked me out, but the Seed Bomb definitely would have, because we're pretty squishy. As we see a Wingull coming in here, which kind of wants to shield up my move. I can swap out, and they didn't shield up, and now my Ice Shot damage just adds up like crazy, and we will be able to win this game as well. Next opponent, another Dewpider for today. So many Dewpiders, to be fair, but actually a ton of Dewpider. Have a double fire team in the back, which I also showcase as one of the best teams, so like I'm not too scared, especially as we see a fire type just swapping in against us here. This is going to be alright. We will see the Awkward Tail coming through, going to do some nice damage against this Vulpix, and what I can do here is can let this move go through. They have to still throw another one if they want to win this matchup, and they kind of want to win this matchup, it seems like. But I should be able to get a ton of energy now with my Litwick. See what they're going to go into. They're going to go into a water type with the Seal. That's not ideal for me, as I have to go for one Flame Charge here. Maybe should have kept it, to be fair, for like later on and trying to get some boost for my Ember later on, but I'm going to go for my Wooper's Body Slams now. They're going to go for the Ice Wind anyway. They're going to debuff me here. Exactly. Smart play there as we see the Jupiter coming in, and this looks kind of like a tough matchup now. Definitely should try to keep my move on my Litwick there, but we will be able to still go for some Body Slams here, hopefully, as the opponent going to not appreciate getting hit by this Body Slam, I would say. We will get to that one. We will be able to get them kind of low. We can go into our Litwick. We will be able to farm them down, but only we have to still hit a move here. It's kind of sad that they're going to actually get there, but it also puts me a little bit lower. Maybe it's still fine. We can go for one more charge move here. We have some energy. No, we don't have energy stored here. This should be a good game. There's not a lot that I can do with my Wooper anymore. They're going to go for the Walker Tail actually, which is fine for me. I can still go for 2 Body Slams. Is this enough to knock the opponent out? Let's see. Body Slam coming through. We're going to get the shield and we can go for another one. We actually hit the Mud Bomb as well, but the Body Slam going to do enough damage to knock out the opponent. We're still going to be able to win the game. For Wooper, by the way, Body Slam going to have more damage per energy, but the other version, what's it called, the Mud Bomb does more damage itself. Basically, they do similar damage to each other, but like Body Slam is usually what you want to go for. Actually, Body Slam is just a way better move than Mud Bomb. We see a very interesting Panpool lead there, which is something that really screws me over here, but it's fine as we will be able to go for one Icy Wind against the opponent's Jupiter. We will be able to go for one Icy Wind again. They're going to try to farm me all the way down, but I can swap out here. I can swap into my Litwick. Going to keep my other boy alive. They can go for all the Bubble Beams they want to because they're double debuffed there. This does no damage whatsoever, but you're gonna get debuffed here as well. Bubble Beam coming through again. We'll be able to just farm them all the way down here. This will be a very decent-ish one. Let's see, we can farm them all the way, and we should be able to get another shield here from the opponent, hopefully. We're gonna go for a move. They most likely don't know my moveset as well. Now we'll be able to go for the shield there. It's very nice for us that you get the shield, and we can go into our Wooper, but yeah, there's a Oddish in the back, and you just completely get hardwalled in this game. Next opponent, this is actually an interesting matchup. Execute. Cannot even say the name. Execute here against us. We see that they can actually still get to the Ancient Power. It's something that I didn't expect. We had to shield here. As we see a Vulpix coming in, which is fine for us. We should be able to spam those Body Slams against them. We're going to shield up the Body Slam from them. And I'm going to go for the Mud Bomb. I should not have went for the Mud Bomb, to be fair. I should have just went for the Body Slam. They're going to shield it up anyway. But I will be able to go for one Body Slam now at least. And this Body Slam going to do a nice amount of damage if they're going to let this move go through. Or they're going to shield up. And they're going to shield up. Do they throw against me in time? They do not. And we will be able to knock them out with our good Wooper. Look how happy he looks. I will be able to now realign my Pokemon. We see the Jupiter coming in. We can go straight for the Flame Charge. We know already that we can KO the opponent's Pokemon in the back. And we're going to get them super low here, which is the most important thing. They're going to try to catch on me. And it didn't work, as we can now basically go for the Flame Charge, knocking out the opponent's Jupiter, and literally going to sweep this game. Next opponent, Horrible Lead, Slugma. We're going to swap out immediately, but we lagged a little bit, which was kind of unfortunate, as we see a Grass type first time's coming in, but it's a Grass type that literally doesn't care about what I'm going for. So that's kind of unfortunate, but we will be able to go ahead and wait out the switch clock here, hopefully it's not going to be a double Razor Leafer, but I am fearing that this might be a double Razor Leaf team. We see the Bubble Beam coming through. We can farm them all the way down, I think, at least. Hopefully we can. Okay, we have to go straight for the charge move here because they're going to go straight into the Slugma. Let's see what they're going to have in the back here. We can swap into our Wooper. They're actually going to stay in here, and we're going to go for one charge move. This should put them into a range where I should be able to farm them all the way down, and I will be able to farm them all the way down. We have to shield here. Let's see what they're going to have in the bag. It's going to be a Seal again. We're still going to be able to go for one Body Slam here. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna get some damage on them. We can go for another Body Slam now. This Body Slam will do a ton of damage, of course, here, but we kind of need to swap into a charge move here against our Candle. We're going to see the Ice Wind coming through. We're going to be able to get a ton of energy now. Can we swap in time? We're going to swap, and they farm me down. And like this, there's nothing I can do here anymore. This next move will knock me out. The Ice Wind will nearly knock me out at least. And they're going to swap into the Slugma. This is going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.